I'm here with Adam Berenger, the founder of a company called BDocs, and they've got this really interesting timeline software that if you need to jazz up a timeline, well, you know what, Adam, I think it's just best that you explain it and show it to us. What is BDocs?
BDocs Timeline is an application where people can enter historical events and it will automatically chart them out on a timeline. And then you can present it with a 3D perspective.
So what's the advantage of using a 3D perspective to show a timeline?
Well, one of the problems with timelines is they're really, really long and skinny. And if you focus in on a certain event, you can't see very much of the timeline. But if you zoom way out, you can't see the detail. So the 3D perspective allows you to see the detail of a particular event, and also you can see, out into the future, there's more of the context of how that event fits into the whole timeline.
So I guess what I'm wondering is, when you're thinking about what kind of a product am I going to make today, how do you come up with 3D timelines? Was there a specific market that you were starting off with?
I initially started making legal exhibits for lawyers. They were trying to compare different people's story in a legal case, and they wanted to do parallel timelines. But the 3D aspect really came from this problem: how do you show context and detail at the same time? And I was actually in an Apple presentation for developers, and they said developers should make their software cinematic. That was the keyword they had, and that kind of stuck in my head as, how do you make a timeline cinematic, or how do you make storytelling cinematic? And that problem of context and detail combined with that keyword of cinematic, sparked the idea for a 3D timeline.
So you started with the legal industry, and where did you move from there? Is there perhaps an educational use for this?
Yeah, there's a huge educational use. Higher education is our biggest market right now. But there's also lots of interesting uses like authors. There's a lot of writers and authors that use our software.
And how are they using it, for example?
Well, for example, to plot out the characters in a story. How do the characters' lives intersect with each other over time?
So how much is the software, and where can people go for more information about you?
The software is normally $65. We have a big sale going during Macworld, and they can download a free trial and buy a license at bdocs.com, which is BEEDOCS.com.
Adam, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.